me a countdown when you're ready. All right, this your boy Daniel Lyons Evans, and this episode starts right now. We are live inside the den, and I have to my left one of my trusted buddies, my friend, my pal, one of my business partners here, Mr. Linwood. How you doing, brother?
All right, how you doing, brother Daniel?
Doing all right, man. This dude right here, man, we just been vibing here for the last 30 minutes talking about some of everything, man. But shoot, man, I met Linwood about what, 2-3 years ago?
Yep.
2-3 years ago, man. This is my personal mechanic. Anything happens in my vehicle, anything, this is my go-to guy. But I met Linwood, man. I was gonna be doing some a raffle for some cars. He was selling cars, and I was gonna get a car from him, and I was gonna raffle it off for tax season. And then he sold so many cars, he didn't have enough to hold back for me, so I wasn't able to do it that year. So since then, I kind of lost touch with him. But just here recently, man, we've been connecting, been vibing. He's actually been more like a big brother to me over the last few months, man. He's showing me some different things. He put me into the car auction game where we actually partner up together. We go out to the auction, buy vehicles and flip them and things like that. And this is my guy who lets me know whether or not to buy or not, buy or sell. But above all of that, man, he does so much different things, man. He just a real nice guy to talk to. Just I get a lot of wisdom from him because he's been doing it so long. And we just been sitting here vibing. He actually owns a motorcycle, been riding a little bit today, huh?
Yeah, riding a little bit today. Sometimes you have to get a little time for yourself.
Yeah, that's definitely good. You know, the baby that you got to meditate and have some time for yourself. I was going to actually ride my bike today, but I thought it was going to rain. But I guess it played, peekaboo with me because after coming down to the office and everything, it didn't rain. So I'm definitely going to be riding tomorrow, as long as the weather holds up. But it's been raining a whole lot the last few weeks, man.
Yeah.
You know, we had a couple of little storms and stuff to come through here. You know, with everything going on and. It's just been raining so much, just ain't even really had a chance to ride. But if you're a true bike rider, you look for any crack in the sun before you hop on that bike, man. So where you riding at today, man?
Well, I just thought maybe I would get out for a little bit, ride over here, maybe hit 95 and catch the breeze for a while.
Any particular place? Just gonna be just
no particular place today. Destination unknown.
So do you actually have a club that or you just kind of solo?
I have a club that I ride with sometimes. I work so much until I can't ride with them all the time.
Yeah.
Mainly keeping the head into that auto repair.
Yeah, man. So what all you do besides that? I know I've talked about a couple things you do, but what else do you do besides just mechanic and all that?
As he said, my name is Leon Williams. I'm the owner and operator of Williams Auto Repair and Towing here in Smithfield, North Carolina.
How long you been doing that?
Probably just been doing the towing for about a year. We use different type dollies. Now we have our own tow truck that we use along with the dollies, and we do the auto repair on just about any type vehicle.
Well, you've been doing that for what, like 30, 40 years?
I have been doing the auto repair for about 20 years now.
20 years.
Was in the military, then got into the auto repair. We also do small motorcycle repair.
Okay. I know they asked you my lawnmower.
Mm-hmm.
I got a 0-turn lawnmower.
Okay.
And the pulley belt came off.
Okay, we'll fix it.
How simple a fix is that?
First, you want to check and see why the belt came off. If you got something going on with the pulley, or if the belt is wore out, or maybe you hit something.
It's a new belt. I just had that lawnmower service about right before the summer started, and I think what happened was probably the grass built up.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
throwed it off track. In order for me to get it fixed, I have to rent
Mm-hmm.
a trailer,
Uh-huh.
take it to the shop on the day they open.
Mm-hmm.
And the last time the guy he sharpened my blades and then all that, that's something gonna charge me about $400.
Uh-huh.
So I just need to fix the quickest fix because I'm unable to cut my grass right now because of that.
Your quickest fix would be call Williams Auto Repair and Towing, and we would come to your house and fix it for you.
You do on the spot, or you got to take it, or what?
As my father used to tell me, that I was like the old timey doctors. He used to say, he said, "You'll make a house call in a minute," and I said, "Yeah, I'll go to your house just as quick as you can come to me. I will go to your house and we'll square that away for you, brother Daniel."
Well, I'm gonna need
with
that
no
done.
problem.
I'm gonna probably need that done. Like I know you not today because I know you're riding your bike and it's kind of late in the evening, but in the morning, I like to get my lawn yard, my work done, my lawn on Sundays.
Okay. Well, now that's one thing we don't do, brother. We don't work on Sunday.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we don't. We take that day to rest. Sometimes we work late Saturdays, but we very seldom. We used to, and my wife sit me down one day and had a little conversation with me, and everything she said sounds
Makes sense, huh?
totally in place. So since then, and when you rest on Sunday, it seems like it make a better work week for the upcoming week.
So I tell you, I guess I have to figure out how to.
But first thing Monday morning, we can be there, and you can be having that grass cut Monday.
Yeah, but Monday's that's my week start.
I know, but you have to do it when you get off from work. You have to work when you get off from work.
Try to avoid that at all costs. But that's what I want to ask you about my lawnmower. So I can definitely get you out there Monday morning, take a look at it.
Yeah.
And if everything is good, I can cut it. But yeah, it just pays to have people like Lintwood in your back pocket or your front pocket because anything I need done, this guy is able to help me. If he can't help me, he can lead me in the right direction. Yeah. But you also into some other things. Talk about some other stuff you into.
Okay. Right now we have a up and coming business where we are trying to get started. We want to have our own car rental business, and me, brother Daniel, we are conversating and finding out what legal matters we have to take care of to go ahead and get that started, which is a nice business we feel that'll help us and the people of Johnson County and the surrounding counties. We also, like I say, have the small motorcycle repair business. We try to get people in the same day and out the same day because time of the year, people really want that bike on the road.
Yes, sir. I got one right now. Matter of fact, this is why this is one of my good friends. I have so much work that needs to be done. I can personally keep this guy employed all year if I needed to. I got that bike. I said I need that gas tank fixed on that one bike, right? So I got a motorcycle that needs to be worked on. I got a lawnmower that needs to be worked on. He gonna be rebuilding some stuff on my Challenger, my motor. He keeps all of my cars in line, like the ones I buy from the auction. Before I can sell them, and he got to walk through them first and doing all that. But don't you do something with race cars?
And we do certain things with the race cars. We do a lot of add-ons. Some of the stuff we send out, if depending on how fast you want to go. Some of that stuff we can't do ourselves, so we outsource it. Then we come back and we finish putting our final touches on it, and we tune it ourselves. We take full responsibility for your vehicle and anything that we do for you, and we guarantee it. We guarantee all our work all the time. Now that we are getting away from the dollies and getting have the tow truck, we will be towing 24 hours a day, and we are certified to pull in 100 counties of North Carolina, which
Really?
totally covers all of North Carolina.
Really?
Yes,
I didn't know you was certified for all the counties.
for 100 counties.
Well, let me ask you this. So you just doing towing for us like breakdown.
If you have a breakdown, we'll tow it. You don't have to per se bring it to us to get your vehicle repaired. We'll tow it to your dealer. We'll tow it to your home. We'll tow it to anywhere you want it to go. We're not just towing for ourselves, but the people that we do tow and do our repairs for, we look at those people as a friend. We don't just fix your car and just forget about you once we repair your vehicle. A lot of times we'll make a call, check and see how things are going, make sure you're okay, the vehicle's okay. We don't just fix your vehicle and forget about you. And that has helped us get a lot of business in the last couple of years, taking that stance and that format on checking on the customer.
Now, how about repos?
Repos, we're trying to get a contract with a couple of loan companies and a couple of other people,
A couple of banks.
to do repos for them. A lot of times, as once before we did some repos, if we do a repo, even though the bank sent us, we still try to talk to the person to see, if there's any way, you can keep the vehicle. A lot of people don't want to keep the vehicle.
So if they don't want to keep the vehicle, then it's something that you think that is, something that you can make money off of. How does that part work?
Then you go to the, you go ahead and tow the vehicle for the particular company. Then you go to the manager or the owner of the company, find out the payoff on the vehicle, whatever, and then you try to purchase that vehicle from the company itself. A lot of times you can buy a vehicle for the payoff. A lot of times the vehicle isn't worth the payoff. So you have to use a good judgment on what direction you take that in. And we also are getting back into the buy here, pay here business, to where you can come to us and you can purchase a vehicle. I think Brother Daniel already has several vehicles that he's going to put for the buy here, pay here.
Yeah.
And that way you can build your credit. If your credit been going a little bit bad, you can still start that credit over, get that credit going good. And that would not only help you now, that would definitely help you in the future. We also have a business that sometimes we can, if we can, we will do a repair over the phone. You have some people that's mechanically inclined.
So he was telling me that he actually you can pay a fee, right?
Yes.
And he can get you on the phone or over a video chat or something.
Yes.
And he can walk you through your own repair for the right price. That way he can actually, be the coach of what he's doing. I actually paid for this service before. It was called Axe.com or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
I had some situation going on in my car and I had to set up an account and I had to pay like $25 to ask this mechanic a question. And after I troubleshoot it, they say, did it help you? Do you want to ask another question for an addition? I'm like, God, no. So literally they can make money off of just answering questions and walking you through the process because he's been doing this for 20 years. Kind of like that guy off that guy Martin, where he said, don't you know those? He said, I've been doing cars for 25 years, man, but I've been singing all my life, man.
Yeah.
But what he was talking about was, and this is, like I say, I deal with people who can help further my career, help further my organization. I've been knowing it, like I say, for about 3 or 4 years. We just reconnected here recently, but he's one of my clients. He's one of my credit clients, and we did some other business as far as like helping him get his business legal and getting off the ground. That's kind of what I do here. And when I was telling Linwood about, doing while you're going through the credit repair process, sometimes your car breaks down
Yep.
and you know you're not able to have your credit run because it's gonna put some bad mark on your credit or it's just not good. So what he brought the idea to me is, well, the ones who's getting their credit done and their car break down or they need to run their credit or something, then won't you become a buy here, pay here so that they can buy the car from you, so you know their credit is still being repaired. And that's why I got the idea talking to Linwood, and he's like, well, I help you keep the cars on the road because I can work on them and everything. So doing that is really what helped open my mind up to doing that, and then doing the car rentals and all that kind of stuff where we can actually rent, to people in the area who might not be able to have a major credit card and stuff to go down to the other companies and everything. Yeah. But this guy, like I say, he's one of my biggest supporters. So anytime I can support a black business, I'm gonna support the ones who scratch my back just like I scratched theirs. I'm always, look to working with this guy. But yeah, man, dealing with race cars and all this kind of stuff. He got so much going on, and he's just like one of these like a mentor that has been in every situation, whether it is relationship, whether it is dealing with kids, dealing with life in general. Then I had a less than perfect past, been able to turn things around, and this is the kind of people I deal with, the one that's real, who ain't got to be faking and sugarcoat with me. This dude will tell me right now, if he say, hey man, that's a piece of crap, and if it is, it is. If it ain't, you know what I mean? So I trust what he say, to the point where, if I make a decision, I always like to stay in my lane. If I make a decision that's out of my lane, I ask him, and he, 9 times out of 10, he's able to tell me, his opinion about it and get me right on the right track. So that's definitely, some things that we working on, man. We got so much to do, bro.
Yeah, and we also welcome anyone that has auto problems or anything in that lineup. If you just have a question and you want to give us a call, we would gladly answer your questions, because more than one opinion is always best.
Mm-hmm. Yep, even to the point of partnership with people that do body work and auto and painting body work. So we want to be able to have the full package. We want to be able to go get the car, get it fixed, change the color, change the body, upgrade it all at the same time, and be like, this is what we got going on.
Yeah.
So there's definitely some things we got we working on in the near future, man. But like I said, man, we just been sitting here vibing, man. We was talking about some things earlier, man, about just life in general, man, and just dealing with the state of the economy right now, dealing with the state of the government right now, man. And I can just tell you that if the pandemic haven't taught you anything, it should have taught you how to grind. It should taught you how to hustle. It should taught you how to have more than one stream of income, man. Right. And just with him just coming this with everything he got going on, it's just one of those things where I was talking to somebody last week and say, man, it's almost impossible to be broke in an economy that has so much to offer to get paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can walk somebody's dog and get paid for. You can wash cars. You can pressure wash. You can, fix cars. You can rent cars. You can do all this different stuff, and people pay you to do it. And so for somebody to say, "Oh, well, I'm struggling and everything," you ain't using your resources right, because it's something you can make money off of anything in this company. What do you think about that, Brad?
100%, totally 100%. If you have a will, there is a way. Totally. You got to have that will, and within that will, you'll make a way for yourself to grab your own bootstraps and pull yourself up further than you ever thought you could.
It's funny he said bootstraps, man, because I'll be listening to motivational stuff, man, and I think it might have been this year, man, Martin Luther King's birthday, man. Martin Luther King was talking about what did he say? It's a slap in the face for you tell the Negro man to pull himself up by his bootstrap when he has he don't even have what do you say? Is it a foot to put the boot on or a string to put the boot? He has a laceless or strapless boot to put on, but being able to be in a position where we can make things, happen, something out of nothing, man. I think that's imperative for not only just our community, man, but as our race of people, man. This pandemic, man, I'm exhausted. But I mean, it's I don't know, man. I'm exhausted about this whole thing, bro.
Yes, but having to deal with so many different situations.
At the same
time, a lot
of
times you gotta abide by the rules, pay attention, and stay to your grind.
Yeah, they talking about, they're doing a mask mandate, man. They talking about, just, I mean, it might shut down again. You think it's gonna shut down again?
I don't per se think that we will shut completely down again as we did. I think if this mask mandate don't be properly followed, that we're gonna have to make some kind of provisions to not only protect ourselves, but protect our family, friends, and the people that's around us.
So how you feel about the vaccine?
This is just a personal opinion. To me, I feel that the vaccine was a good thing. I feel like it's going to save a lot of lives.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the people that got the vaccine, even though if they do get COVID again, that they are not going to be in a worse place than the people that did not get the vaccine will be. And like I said, that's just a personal opinion. Me personally, I got the vaccine. Me personally, I despise and hate the mask, but in order to save myself and my family, I am willing to start back wearing the mask. It's kind of hard because we didn't had gotten away from wearing them for this little length of time.
It ain't been long. It ain't been long at all.
Yeah, for this little period of time. But now, if you want to live, and I'm all about living, that's one thing that's got to take place. And I mean, just plain and simple, it's just got to take place. It's just like without the mask, you're really leaving yourself uncovered.
Yeah.
So it's whatever come to you, it's whatever can get in your body. And I think the vaccine and the mask, I mean, to me, it's just giving me a fighting chance, I think. I have some medical issues, and I think that, the vaccine and the mask, which I take the flu shot every year, so there's no, to me, it's no biggie to take the vaccine.
So you do take the flu vaccine every year?
Yeah, I take the flu vaccine every year, which I have a brother that has never taken the flu vaccine, that has never had the flu. So,
I do remember the one time I did take the flu vaccine. I was in the military and I was sick as a dog.
Well, that was him. He took it one time and he got sick. He never took it again.
I'm good from that point forward. I ain't never got it since. I have a real tough immune system. Though. I mean, I have a high tolerance of pain, real tough immune system. So a lot of these little sicknesses, little common cold, little issues, man, that kind of stuff don't bother me. You know what I mean? I'm like, I was talking to an old head one time, and they was like, you know what? The cure for everything is what? Eat you some raw garlic. Anytime your throat start itching or you feel something coming on, eat some raw garlic, and that garlic can knock everything out, right? So I'm always like a conspiracy theory. I'm gonna see what you're talking about. I'm gonna debug your whole situation. Every time I done got some kind of illness, I go get some raw garlic and start chewing on it. Now it's the awful thing in the world. But that raw garlic, man, it ain't never stirred me wrong.
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that raw garlic. You take some raw garlic cloves and you peel it back and it's disgusting because the garlic is so strong. Even if you don't even chew it, you just swallow it. That aroma is gonna be like pulsating throughout your whole body. You go outside and sweat, it's gonna be coming out your pores. But it'll knock any kind of little sickness, it'll knock it out cold-blooded. I don't know what it is, but it'll knock it out cold. So every time I feel sick, I go eat some garlic, man, and less than 24 hours, I'm good. And it might be quicker than that. I'm just giving a roundabout. But yeah, man, I just
To me, I say, brother, get you a doctor. Let Food Line keep that garlic. Get you a doctor. But there's a lot of home remedies before. I mean, I'm 60 years old, being raised in a big family coming from the country. There's a lot of home remedies that I don't care what nobody say, they will work. They'll work now.
Well, you from the old school, so you know some of this stuff, personally. I don't know, man. I think my main thing is, and this is me personally, we talking about your personal beliefs and the vaccines and all that kind of stuff. If we had to go, to the Bible says that we in the world, but we're not of the world.
Yeah.
I think that some things we just need to just take it up with God ourselves, and whatever he leads you. Not saying that everybody who is Christian don't need a vaccine, because people need to be talked to by their doctor. If you got a weak immune system, then God is telling you, look, protect yourself, protect your body.
Yeah.
But I think it's it's a personal preference when it comes down to how far you go as far as covering your family and all that kind of stuff.
Okay.
And me personally, if we're not careful with how we're led by certain things, and I saw a video yesterday, man, it gave me goosebumps when the man was preaching. He was like, "This is like it's a demon." He said, "It wants to create division, because for a while we've been so focused on black and white, and we trying to bridge the gap between the black and white and the Black Lives Matter and all of the things that we've been fighting all these years to kind of get equal rights and get our fellow brother on the same page."
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden that we have seemed like with the we got Juneteenth is a national holiday now, so it's starting to recognize more of the equal opportunity now. But as soon as it looks like we are all on one accord, here comes the division again with the vaccine and unvaccinated. So it's another, like, now people are literally starting to hate each other because you won't get vaccinated, so you trying to cause me harm.
Yeah.
And the people who that get vaccinated saying, well, you go ahead and get vaccine, that's your thing. And it seemed like it's just more division between brothers and sisters of mankind versus just saying, just call it is what it is. So we have to be careful not to make everything so divided.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I heard a store owner last night, a business owner, on television, and they was talking about the mask mandate. And I could not believe this was a person with a business that actually said, if you wore the mask, you were stupid, and you looked stupid, and you was stupid.
For wearing a mask?
Yes. A mask is not allowed in his business. I'm not saying the name of the business or the name of the person, but he said a mask is not allowed in his business. And if you did wear a mask in his business, you had to uncover the mask. You had to uncover your face when you paid for your items at his register.
Well, I mean, that's his opinion. If he feel like wearing a mask is stupid, which is not stupid, but
he said the people are stupid
for wearing a mask.
Yes,
you
are stupid.
Yeah, I don't think that's. I mean, that's, like I said, that's his own personal thing. But here's the thing, or here's one of the things you got to really consider. Before pandemic, we had some things to worry about versus like black and white good and bad,
Yeah.
rich and poor, things like that. Before the vaccine, I could see Linwood in the streets, and Linwood has. I don't know if y'all had a chance to look at Linwood. Smile at the camera, Linwood. Linwood has a smile that brights up the whole room when he smiles. I can see Linwood coming 5-10 feet away, and I know either Linwood is in a good mood because he's smiling, or Linwood is frowning, he's in a bad mood. Put a mask on Linwood, now I got to read his eyes to see what his eyes is showing me, and it's hard to read how people are now with these masks on their face. People are less approachable now because of the mask. People are less they are less interactive now because of the mask. Everybody wants to be left alone. Everybody wants to be judged. I see somebody with a mask, and the mask had a smile on it. Do that mean that person is smiling, or that mean that person? You know what I'm saying? So,
do you feel like it's the mask, or do you feel like it's the politics behind the mask?
Well, I'm like that's a real deep question, because I'm gonna go off the beaten path and I'm gonna come back.
Okay.
The reason why, oh man, how can I make this make sense? All right, so to legalize weed or not legalize weed, as long as it's illegal, people are breaking their necks to get the weed and sell the weed. And the reason why weed is illegal is because the government can't tax it and make money off of it. If you found a way to tax the weed, then it would be legal and they would be able to get paid off of it, right? So it's that whole illegal don't sell weed has got everybody so interested in the weed, right? Once they legalize weed, you got less people smoking it now. Now they want to go to the edibles now because they don't legalize weed, so they're gonna try to they're gonna try to clean it up. They're gonna try to clean the weed up. It ain't as strong no more, so you ain't getting high like you used to because the government got their hand in it. So it's like that little kid. You tell them not to do something, they're gonna want to do it.
Yeah.
So when you tell somebody they gotta wear, it's like that rebelliousness in you that makes you not want to wear the mask because they're making you wear one. And when you put that mask on, like you just said, it's like the politics behind the whole purpose of the mask. It's almost like they're trying to force a lifestyle on you that, you know what I mean? So I think that's the biggest. Hit on to wear the mask or not to wear the mask. Because I mean, and I could be wrong, but I'm thinking that. I think a scientist was the one that said that the molecules of the coronavirus is smaller than the molecules of the mask. If I can spit through a mask and the spit can get through the molecule of the mask,
it can come from the same other direction.
So so I guess in essence is why are we pushing the mask so hard if you can still catch corona with the mask versus you can still catch corona with the vaccine? Then why is it almost like a do or die?
That's kind of when you got to look at it as the yield sign. And you know the yield sign means to slow down, right?
Slow down, yeah.
So that means the mask, just like the vaccine, that's the slow down.
Yeah.
You know, so that's just like you hear parents say that I should have the say so over whether or not my child wears a mask to school.
Yes.
Now, to me, like I said, this just be personal opinion. To me, you're saying, as far as I'm concerned, that I should have the say so over whether my child lives or dies. And that's the way I look at that.
So
you shouldn't have the say so. Your child should be given a chance and an opportunity to live their life. They shouldn't have to go out here and take a chance on getting a virus because you didn't want them to wear a mask.
Yeah. So you think that the kids should have their own option to wear the mask and not the parents?
I don't think that the parent said, yeah. In one hand, I think that the child should be able to decide, but then there's kids that are so young that don't understand the decision that hopefully they would have a parent that would realize and understand where it's not to hurt my child. You know, what's going to hurt my child is my child not wearing this mask and little Bobby coming in here and giving them, COVID. And now my child got to stay out of school all this time. So now the kid is at home, so the parent got to be at home.
Yeah. And then that's another topic all in itself, to send the kid to school or not to send them to school. Should they be on virtual learning or should they be in school? I mean, a lot of kids don't learn well virtually. Some kids need that touch from their one-on-one teacher, and then some kids can do better at virtual because they can do it on their own pace. It just depends on the individual. But like he was saying before, the vaccine and the mask, they might not be 100% effective, but like you say, at least they'll slow things down.
Yeah, yes, just like the
and I think that is the main focus. But if you pushing the agenda the wrong way, then people are not going to even want to slow it down. It's like I say, you making somebody do something that first, just giving them all the facts and say, now these are all the facts. You decide what you want to do instead of saying, do or die. Wear the mask or die, or get the vaccine or die. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, I've been wearing my mask, what I'm saying, when I go to certain places and things like that, because even though I know that the molecule is smaller, I still want to be able to slow things down because you don't know what everybody's doing in their own look, and they bringing all these germs around here. So, I can understand that. But this is just all open topic, something we can talk about.
Nothing just like my wife is a second grade school teacher.
Yeah.
And my wife says, that online learning really, really, really hurt the kids.
It did.
She said it really hurt the kids. She said, but if the kids keep the mask on and stay in class, then they can keep up. She said she'd rather see a kid with a mask on than to see a kid sitting at home trying to do virtual without a mask that's not paying any attention to anything that's going on.
Yeah, and I would agree. I believe that if they do go back to school, they need to have masks on because, like I say, you don't know. And this is one of the things. School, everybody is not on the same playing field in school.
Right.
You see kids come to school, but you don't know where they came from. Little Johnny may have just woke up from sleeping on a pile of dirty clothes.
Yeah.
And he has to put on the same clothes he had on last week because he ain't got a wash machine. And he's coming to school with all those germs and not here around your kid. Or you got the kid who has, their parents are rich. They got a brand new pair of clothes every day and they're going to school too. So who's going to stop? School is like a breeding ground for germs.
Yeah.
You go to school to come back home with all kind of germs. Like, man, what's going on with this? So I believe that they need to be wearing masks to school. But as a parent, you just have to. I mean, I don't know, man. It's been a struggle.
You got to agree to disagree.
Yes, we agree to disagree, but we also got to be able to. If we want this thing to end, we have to be willing to apply and abide by whatever they say that we need to do in order to get past it. So we won't be part of the problem, but be part of the solution.
Yeah, because the Democratic Party will not be the solution to this problem, and the Republican Party will not be the solution to this problem. It will be a combination of the people from both sides.
And I heard that before, somebody saying that as well. So that makes a whole lot of sense. But it's good to hear, everybody's opinion about it because I done had this conversation a couple of times with a couple of different people. And it's good to hear everybody's opinion. You being somebody older, and I look up to you versus somebody who's like, got that hidden S on my chest. Bullets bounce off me and stuff like that. Not everybody has the same opinion as me. Not everybody, has the same mindset. Me, you being in the military, I'm military. Some of the, so-called conspiracy theories. You know, you can say for yourself that, you know, you believe this or believe that. You know, I believe in certain things like, you know, just I ain't gonna get into all that, but I believe in certain things that happened in the past that we just have to be, you know, careful of what we do and how we say things to other people and things like that. But it's all part of the things. But moving along, man, that was definitely a good little topic on that, man. Yeah. So tell me this. What are you looking forward to seeing in the future?
In the future,
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to seeing my business grow. Uh, believe it or not, brother, I'm looking forward to seeing your business grow because you know that's how it's got to be. You know, one man can't grow and another man not grow. Uh, I'm looking to see your business grow. I'm looking to see my business grow. Uh, we're venturing out into all these different businesses, and God's willing, all of them will be prosperous, and um, us and our family, our friends, and our community um, will grow and be a better place. Um, everyone be nice to everyone, and
That's ironic that he said that because, like I say, I look to partner and deal with people who has a winning mentality, but who also want to see, you know, everybody succeed.
mhm,
You know what I'm saying? We was talking before we went on live. He wants to get started some type of fun park where you can have an ATV park and all those things that he was talking about earlier comes back around to the fact that, you know, that he has his hands in multiple things and what he wants to see done. He's like a big kid, man, 60 some years old, you know, riding four wheelers and riding dirt bikes and all this kind of stuff. You know, y'all don't know, but we have conversations all the time and be like, hey, man, it sounds like a lot of fun. He asked me before, what he said. I told him about, I didn't know how to ride a dirt bike. I don't ride a dirt bike. He said, I thought you was country. I'm like, I'm from Mississippi, but that don't mean I'm country. And what you said, something about what you say about Mississippi?
we was down. When I was in Mississippi, my brother had called me down, and we did a club and hotel thing. And in Mississippi, the whole time, we always heard it was gold teeth and tennis shoes.
Gold teeth and tennis shoes. That's it. He said gold.
Everybody kept gold teeth and everybody kept tennis shoes fresh.
Yeah, man. I ain't never had a gold teeth, but I keep some tennis shoes. I thought that was funny, man. It is funny because you was born and raised here, right?
Yeah, right here in North Carolina.
He was born and raised in North Carolina, but he done been in places in Mississippi that, you know, it was like, oh man, you have to actually be there to know what he's talking about. But he done been in Hattiesburg and Jackson, Mississippi, and all these different places. And when he was telling me about, you know, some things, I'm like, yeah, what we talking about that Forest General Hospital.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, that's in Hattiesburg. Like, yeah, I know what that's at. But you just got to know these places to be able to connect. But I think that's why me and him connect so well because we done been some of the same places, man. And he knows exactly where I'm coming from, man. But it's definitely, you know, good to have a friend who not only just knows where you are, but he done been to some of the same places we done been, man. Old Linwood, doggone Linwood, man. It's crazy, man. Linwood came and he was like, I was dealing with Linwood for like, I don't know, 6 months. And I'm like, didn't even know. I didn't connect the dots. Cause I done met so many people over the last 5 years. And it's like, it's I don't forget a face, but I might forget a name. But he was like, what'd you say? I've been knowing you. I'm like, how you been knowing me? You don't know what you're talking about. He was like, I'm gonna tell you where I met you at. You remember a couple years back you trying to do a car for? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, that was me. I'm like, look, it's so funny. I typed his name in my phone and his name went in my phone. I said, doggone, that is Linwood, man. Doggone, I said, what happened, Linwood? He's like, man, shoot, man, I was sending so many cars, I could never get back with you. But so yeah, man, me and Linwood, man, that was a funny story because I didn't realize that I had already knew Linwood and I already had Linwood's like information in my phone, and we was doing a whole nother thing, and he brought it up, and then he was like, "I know your other guy in there too." To my EJ, I fixed his Mustang. I'm like, "What?" Small world, but he been in the same places I met him.
Yeah.
Went to his house, pulled up in the same. I said, "Yeah, I remember this place now." You got all them doggone cars and stuff. But you was going to another auction then, right? You've been always going to the same one. You want doing
the same one. It's just now the auction itself has switched up a lot. The people that goes to the auction now has switched the auction up a lot. But we'll still come out.
Well, yeah, you got that tow truck, man. We can definitely make some moves happen with that, man. I was gonna ask you about the repo game, man. I know that people don't play with that kind of stuff, huh?
The repo game is a good game to get in. The cheapest tow you can get in the repo game is $500 per car.
Really?
Yeah, and you can tow one or two cars a night.
Them people though, they don't play.
The people don't play, but you know, I feel it's all about how you approach the person. Have conversations with the person and an understanding with the person. You know, it's all about.
I don't know look how understand you have somebody when you snatching their carpet in the middle of the night or while they at church. And I was gonna say this earlier, I forgot because I had started thinking about something else. I used to be, oh my God, I used to be so paranoid of a tow truck and a repo man. It was almost like when I saw a tow truck in my neighborhood, I would start getting nervous, making sure they ain't coming looking for my car. You know what I mean? And the story behind that, man, I don't know if some of y'all know, but man, I done had over 7 repossessions in my credit, like in the last 5 or 6 years. Like I done been repoed Christmas Eve. I done been repoed on my way to work. I done been repoed like at church.
But that's what
you know how embarrassing it is to go to church and you didn't give the church the money for your tithe and offering and come outside your car gone. I mean, like, God, how bad can it get for you to get repoed while you giving the Lord some money? And so I remember seeing the different tow trucks in my neighborhood and trying to like run home to make sure, let me leave in my car so they won't have access to my car if they try to snatch me up. I even remember giving them permission to do a voluntary repo and say, y'all, come and get the car. I'm giving you permission. The key gonna be in the mailbox. Come get the car. I can't pull the car no more. And still, they don't take it in the daytime.
Yeah.
They don't come and get it when you tell them to. And then waking up the next morning and it's gone. Like, I told y'all to come get it in the day. Why y'all gotta snatch me up? Like, leave the tire tracks in my yard. Like, I told y'all, look, why y'all doing this? I told you to come get it. Oh, well, you know, we don't like confrontation. I'm telling you to come get it.
Yeah.
So the repos is like very sensitive, man. When you start snatching folks' cars. I've talked to a repo guy and say he have to carry a gun with him.
Yeah.
He said he don't care what kind of agreement they make in the daytime. He always coming at night.
Well, you can now, as long as you have in your possession a repossession order, you can have law enforcement assist you.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those.
But you can't just go and say, "Well, I got to pick this car up," but you don't have no paperwork to state that. You know, you got to have a repossession order that you can serve a police officer.
Well, like I said, man, right now though, I don't care about no tow truck, repossession truck, because I know they ain't looking for me. It's a different feeling when you know they're not looking for you, versus when you like, I'm not 100% sure. Did I pay that bill last month or not? I don't even know. But it's a different feeling now. But when I see one, I'm like, I be praying for the people who they going to snatch. I pray that family got their stuff together because that repo truck is in the neighborhood. Yeah, man. but shoot, man, that's one of the things. But I know that that them repos, man, they pay out a lot of money,
Yeah.
man.
And like by having that buy here, pay here business, that people do get repoed, that's where the businessman in the neighborhood not only helps the person, but helps the community also, because that helps that person provide an income in which help themselves and their community, because they don't have to lower their standards in their community or go to doing, other wrong things. They can keep it moving in the direction that they had before their vehicles repossessed.
Yeah. Well, that's good, man. Always thinking about, the bigger picture, thinking about the community and things like that, man. Um, it's been one of my dreams is all my life, man, is just to be that one stop shop for everything. Like
Mhm.
you go to Linwood can sell you a car, he can fix your car, he can tow your car, he can fix your bike, you can go riding on the thing with him. He got a dream about having an ATV park. Everything that he has going on, it can be all done, by the same person. And
Yeah.
I just like connecting with that kind of vibe, man, because that what makes me better. When I surround people who have a similar goal in mind, that makes me better.
Yeah.
I'm looking at doing some more partnerships in the future. Like I talked last week with Caleb. What I'm saying, doing this whole gaming cafe and I forgot to tell you, Caleb. So my assistant TJ just got his first endorsement last week to get paid to play the game. So they're going to be paying him anywhere between $200 to $800 just to upload videos of him playing this game.
Mhm.
And he been working on this thing for about 6 months playing this game, and he finally got an endorsement. So that right there is going toward what we was talking about with the gaming cafe. Now he has an actual purpose. You know what I'm saying? Now we just got to get the platform for him to be able to do all this on a bigger scale, and it's going to open up more doors, because then he had somebody else to send him a game to beta test. The game hadn't even been released yet. They sent it to him to play it first to get him to tell him what he think about it, and this has opened up doors for more people to get it. So people play games for a living. You know what I'm saying? People do all kind of stuff, and being able to be on that path with this guy and see him succeed and doing some things, it kind of makes me want to go get some games. So
Look, that's a real up and coming business.
Oh yeah.
Y'all
It
don't
is.
need no investors, do you?
Hey, my man, right here. We need some investors. We
Hey.
gonna be doing it right there in downtown Clayton.
But count me in.
And the whole object of it is to have a platform where kids can come and play games where they won't have to get bullied from school and stuff like that. Guys can come in and doing these tournaments, the Fortnite tournaments and the Madden tournaments. Matter of fact, a guy was here earlier with the U-Haul, and he was leaving, getting into his car. He had a Challenger, and he was talking to his buddy and say, "Did you get the new Madden yet?" The Madden out. No, I ain't got it yet. I gotta pick up that new Madden. So they playing these games, bro.
Yeah.
I used to be a big Madden fan when I was in the military. We'd be in the barracks. We ain't got nothing to do on the weekend.
Yeah.
We would binge play Madden all weekend. And then we started doing like Madden tournaments where you got to come in and like $100 buy-in for the Madden tournament. Top winner takes all. You know what I'm saying? And you have to play, against different skill levels. And I try to put on one here, but it didn't work out. I don't know why, but my buddy say, "Hey, bro," it was so funny. My buddy say, "Hey, man, these jokers right here, they cut from a different cloth." He say, "They ain't gonna support nothing like this, but if you put together an all-night drinking party."
Yeah, you see, that's true.
He said they'll support an all-night drinking party, but they ain't gonna support it. And I said, "Well, shoot, man, I'm just trying to bring some different dynamic to the area." And I guess I wasn't a good promoter at that time, but now that I got some backing, I'm saying, we got some different platforms. We're gonna try this thing again.
Oh man, that would be awesome.
You play games?
I don't play no games.
Your son play games, don't he?
He used to. Now he's into the music thing.
So he rap or sing?
And he do his own little rapping. He do his own little. He do it all himself.
So
But he's getting ready to start the IT school.
He got his own studio.
He got his own little home built studio.
Well, let your son know if he's interested in making some music.
Mm-hmm.
I have two music producers that I deal with.
Mm-hmm.
One of the guys is one of my little mentees. Been knowing him for like 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
King Ashbell.
Mm-hmm.
He has his own studio. He don't work with a lot of big people. My other guy is DJ Dessert.
Mm-hmm.
He actually worked with a lot of big name people too. But they write. One of them is in Smithfield, and one of them is in Garner. Clayton and Smithfield. And if he's wanting to help, training on some stuff and let me know. I can get my guys on top of it. They love like working with people in apprenticeship. I had some young rappers that come all the way from Statesboro, Georgia,
mm-hmm.
to come get on this show. And they actually, after they left the show,
mm-hmm.
they got on somebody else's podcast. And after that, they both done dropped singles,
mm-hmm.
and one of them put out a video.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually starting to get that stuff on the right track.
Right.
And I'm proud of them boys. 5-star.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Is one of the guys that came. And then Cali is the other guy that came. Been knowing these guys for a few months, man, and they have actually started to see some traction.
To blossom.
So if your son want to get on, tell him to holler at me.
All right,
I can get my guys on the line with him, man, and they can work with him, man, and help him, put together his little project. Man.
Okay.
I even put together a little something. Y'all probably ain't heard it yet, but they had me in the studio put together a little something for the Lions Pride. You know what I'm saying? And I went to a networking event Thursday night
mm-hmm.
in Raleigh.
Mm-hmm.
A friend of mine, Mel Wright.
Mm-hmm.
Melanie Wright. She is the CEO of this place called the Wright Village.
Mm-hmm.
It's a place you can go and you can rent office space. So you can have a professional place to go do business in.
Mm-hmm.
And she had invited some people together for this little networking thing. And I went to this event, didn't really know what to expect because she invited me to it. She didn't tell me what it was.
Uh-huh.
So I'm in there like, okay, what we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
I ain't talking to nobody because I'm kind of shy. I kind of like stay to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then end up running into a young cat. He's like 23, 24 years old. He's a school teacher. But he is into videography,
uh-huh.
and he's doing some apprenticeship programs,
mm-hmm.
and he is going to be my little friend.
Mm-hmm.
That he's going to help me do a video in a commercial.
Oh yeah,
and I'm gonna be networking with that guy. So it's just one of those things when you start talking to people. He can do a video for your mechanic shop.
Yeah,
he can do a video for Caleb. And myself in the gaming cafe, Caleb. So let me know what you want that to look like. I can get him to come out and he can shoot a video for us to put that out so we can start getting some advertising. So this is what I'm talking about. When I say networking and meeting people, man,
you
got to have people in the right position.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be in my back pocket
mm-hmm.
on one side, I got Liquid on the other side, and I got everybody in his spot. So when we ready to do this thing, man, I'm talking about the next 3 to 4 months.
Yeah.
Get ready to go into this new year.
Mm-hmm.
2022 is going to be a powerful year. 2021 has already been a powerful year.
My thoughts exactly.
We going to another level, brother.
Mm-hmm.
I just came back from Vegas with a conference for PHP, and Linwood probably can verify this and validate this. When you going somewhere, you have to speak things out your mouth. You have to speak it into existence, right?
Yeah.
The power of life and death, the Bible says, is in the tongue.
Mm-hmm.
Because when God created us, he created us in the likeness and image of himself.
Yeah.
And he was able to speak things into existence. So he gave us that same power.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm on $1 million run. I'm on a millionaire run.
Mhm.
I'm looking for qualified people who are looking for the same, looking for like-minded people to get on this millionaire run with me, right? Now, I told somebody, and I've told Facebook this, and this is real talk.
Mhm.
I am not a millionaire per se,
Mhm.
but I have made a couple of $1 million over the last few years.
Mhm.
I told them on Facebook and in the world, in the atmosphere, that by the end of 2022, I will have a balance of $1 million in the bank. That's gonna be the balance. And I'm looking to take some people on the ride with me. So if you're interested in being part of my mentorship program, I'm gonna take you on this journey. Now I had to speak that in my mouth, out of my mouth into existence, because now that I done said that,
Mhm.
some things in the background that started to take place.
Mhm.
You start to recognize some of the haters that you got in your life.
Oh yeah.
You start recognizing some of this baggage that's been holding you down for a long time. And you got to start cutting these things off, because the offer you give you going, you can't be bogged down by negativity.
You got that right.
You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I got in, I got into this whole mindset of I'm on a push.
Mhm.
If you want to join me, that's your prerogative. If you don't want to join me, that's fine. But don't ask for advice and then criticize
The
at the
advice
same
you're
time.
giving.
I can't ask this man about how to fix my car and then question everything he say. If this man been doing this for 20 years and he done fixed 100,000 cars, then I'm pretty much taking his word over anything else, because he's somebody I can touch, I can talk to every day. This is one of my gurus, right? So don't get on no kind of social media, don't get on no kind of thing and ask me for my blueprint or ask me for my advice and then go to question everything I say.
Mhm.
Do that make any sense?
None.
Because eventually I'm gonna be like, well, first of all, I don't owe you none of my goddamn mojo, right? I don't owe you anything. You know what I'm saying? But if you are serious about being part of the Lion's Pride, if you want to know what's going on inside the den, we are here every Saturday at 4 o'clock. We was doing our weekly Wisdom Wednesdays. I done kind of slacked off on it because I wasn't feeling well this week and I was out of town last week. We're going to get back to that. But my most important thing is to connect with people who are on the same page and same path. He's probably not said this, but I'm going to say it for him. He's 60 years old now. I know that he would like to see $1 million before he shut it down.
Going to.
So he say it again.
Going to.
And when you want to get that done?
I want to do it today, but I can't do it today. So give me 8 months.
We're gonna get on the same page then. Because if I'm telling you before the end of next year, we're gonna be in the Millionaire Club, you're gonna be riding shotgun on this goddamn ride, bro.
I got my gun.
So look, you just heard him on the air live. Linwood Williams just accepted the challenge. He wants to be part of his organization. He wants to be part of this millionaire run. I am personally letting him ride shotgun with me, because when I'm riding, I gotta have somebody to talk to along the ride, baby. It's just fun that way, you know what I mean? We rode to the doggone auction, man. Me and riding. And by the time we got, man, we done already made it. It was an hour drive. It felt like it was 30 minutes, but we riding. Matter of fact, the last time we went out there, I had to turn around and come back to the house. I forgot something. We went out there. It was 2 trips in one. But yeah, I just have certain people, man, that I'm riding along with, man, and we gonna get this thing done, bro. Come hell or high water, bro. We got to get this thing done, man, because if we don't leave a legacy behind for our future, for our people, man, then who gonna do it?
We can do it.
You know what I'm saying?
No problem.
We're gonna be the flag carriers for our generation.
Yeah.
To pass it on to the next generation.
Yeah, they can pick it up.
You know what I'm saying? And I was almost kind of twisted a couple weeks ago. I said, but I'm gonna leave something behind for a joker who ain't got to work for it.
Mm-hmm.
Do I want them to have to work for it, or do I want them to get it, off of my back? And I say, let me think about this. To all the people who wasn't able to get it for themselves, all the people who had to take crap, from other people just to make a living, I'm gonna do it for that right there.
Yeah. and then let them add to it.
I'm gonna do it for that. So I don't care whether they deserve it or not, whether they qualify. If you come from my blood, my seed, you're gonna get it off of my back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm gonna leave that legacy behind, and I'll let you deal with that on your own with God, with how you deal with it. But I'm gonna leave it. I'm gonna leave the blueprint so my people can know how to be successful as a man, to be successful as a business, and to be successful as a decent human being.
Yeah.
That's what I'm on. And what's your little quote you said you're gonna do for the people? Come on, give it to me one time. Give it to me one time. You gonna do what not?
We're gonna do it for the people because it's about the people, and it's all gonna be to help the people.
For the people, about the people, to help the people. That's what we're gonna do it, man. We're gonna do this thing, man. So if you all are watching this video right now and you have liked what you heard so far, then I want you to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel, Inside the Den. I am up to 210 subscribers right now. I done got over 10,000 views and all this kind of stuff. If you're not on YouTube, if you're on Facebook, Daniel Lyons-Den Evans, you can like my page, subscribe, but go to Inside the Den, please, and subscribe to Inside the Den on Facebook. If you are on Instagram, Inside the Den on Instagram, and then Caleb has me screaming right now, right here. You are live right here on Twitch, Inside the Den on Twitch. And this is your boy, Daniel Lyons-Den Evans. It has been a pleasure talking with you all. My boy, Linwood Williams, my mechanic, my know-it-all, my do-it-all, all wrapped up in one. We are riding to the top of this mountain, man. I'm telling you, man, this ride is gonna be a roller coaster.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee you, when we get to the top of that mountain, bro, we're gonna be able to look down and say, hey, this was a heck of a ride, bro.
Only thing you gotta say to your brother is see you at the bank.
At the bank. Oh, he didn't say at the top, he said at the bank. Most people say see at the top. You know, they see at the bank. Any final thoughts, brother, before we get off? Any final thoughts?
Each one teach one.
Each one teach one. You know what that means? That means when you learn something, you find somebody and teach them the same thing and help enhance they got. What he said a while ago was let the next generation add to what we're leaving behind. So we can do that. I think that we can definitely make this world a better place. We might not be able to solve all the problems, but we can solve some of the problems, and we let God take care of the rest. This has been your boy, Daniel Lyons-Den Evans. You have a blessed evening. We'll see you soon. Until next time. Damn.
See you.